All right, welcome back to the Lord Beaverbrook rink in St. John, New Brunswick. Set for another game in the Legends division, the newly formed Legends division. 44 years of age and up. Going to go from one end of the country to the other. The BC Legends to your left in the throwback Vancouver Canuck jerseys against Newfoundland and Labrador in the gold and black. Brought in by Scott Drake. He had it taken away. Ball went off he and Soroviak right to the goaltender Jeff Fern. In goal for BC. Down at the other end in goal for Newfoundland and Labrador, it's Johnny Walsh. And speaking of legends, coming in to take the face-off for Newfoundland and Labrador, Terry Ryan. Beatty puts it in wide. It's knocked down the floor. Last time I saw Terry was back in Newfoundland and Labrador this past winter. He was traveling with the NHL legends. Guys like Wendell Clark, Ali Afraidy, Ron Duguay. They were doing a tour through central Newfoundland. I had the pleasure of doing some live play-by-play in the stadium for the guys as they were playing the local teams. Got to hang out with the folks after, and a couple of great chats with Terry. We go way back, days of Newfoundland and Labrador senior hockey. Of course, through all the ball hockey years. Member of the Canadian Ball Hockey Hall of Fame is Terry Ryan. Walsh sweeps it away. Crossland backing up, gets it as far as center. White will shoot it in. Back to get it, Tobin, Jamie Tobin. Watched by Arsenault. The score! Frankly, never saw it go in. I thought the ball was going into the corner of the rink. It hit somebody in front. Goaltender Fern didn't see it either. Well, it's just a shot from well out. So he backs up towards the blue line, just putting it in towards the goal. Everybody is headed for that corner. And going by the reaction that Mike Gambon, he's the player who would hit, number 91. And going by the reaction only, he was there a little further on. Number 7, White was there, but I think it went off Gambon. What a strange one to start. Walsh out to play it up along the boards, gets it to Frankie Walsh. Knocked down by Weston. Weston tried to play it back to the point. That was picked off, thrown back in front of the goal, a little dangerously. Murphy can't get it out. Soroviak with a long shot. That's knocked down. It rolls down to Johnny Walsh. And he'll hold it. 12-minute periods for the Legends. Here's Terry Ryan. Backing up at center. Good pass in for Drake. Fed it in. Front is tipped just wide by Boise. Drake. Shot off a leg. It'll come back towards center. And it'll come out. Beatty forced back. White to Voisey. Jay Dove battling behind his own goal. Chips it into the corner. He'll go get it himself. Quickly up from Smith to Vero, and now here's a breakaway. Simonson couldn't really catch up to it. Never got a good shot away. Walsh will cover up the ball. He was in alone, but just never really had control of the ball. A great breakout by BC. 2-3 short passes, and boom, 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 they were gone. Face-off win for Newfoundland and Labrador. Kogan. He was looking for Tobin. Hustling to get to it is Gambin. Back out in front. Tobin with a shot over the top of the goal. Gambin. Down for Tobin. Tobin behind the goal. To the boards. Kogan. Pass is intercepted and tipped down the floor. Reed really has to go hard to go back there and get it. Play goes down along the boards. Newfoundland and Labrador come up with it. Kept in by Robbins. BC controlling it. Back at the point. Dillon, a hard shot. Went wide. Comes towards the boards. Back to Reed. Kogan just clears it down the floor. Robbins around the boards, over to Dillon. Dillon takes it back behind his goal. Carney Dillon. It's knocked out of the air by Darrell Smith of Newfoundland and Labrador, and will come back to Robbins. Newfoundland and Labrador changing. Dillon. That goes by everybody, and that is going to be a flooring call against BC. So for brevity's sake, I'm going to revert to BC and NL. Morrissey, shot knocked down, backhanded out. Cabral for Fisher, would have been offside if he touched it. Boise back to get it in the corner. To Smith. That missed everybody. .6:43 to go, first period, 1-0 on a strange goal for NL. Won by BC. Chris Soroviak shot. Hit some of the humanity that was in front of the goaltender. Soroviak will try it again. This time only one person there, but that was Harold White, and he blocked it. Ruben Beatty. Pass intercepted at the blue line. Back comes BC. Gill along the boards. Ball squirts loose. White gets it to Ryan. He'll go across floor and then get the return pass. Terry Ryan drops it back. Heads for the front of the goal. Shot goes in wide off the stick of Drake. Fern out to play it. The goaltender gets it to Kinder Sidhu. Sidhu has it again, lost it again. Drake has it. White. And one off of Sidhu. Domi Shot wide. There was room on that far side. Couldn't find it. Good pressure here by BC. Back at the point. Arsenault steps in. That's it, right on goal. Walsh made the save, and then his defenseman just kicked it back to Walsh. Allowed him to cover it up. This is the second of 3 in a row Legends games we are bringing you here on AO.live from the Lord Beaverbrook rink. Also using the Charles Gorman for games this week. Swing and a miss in front. They had a chance. That was Vero. Gambin dumps it in deep. Arsenault and Tobin go in there. Arsenault lost his stick and then kicks it free. Smith looking for it. Stopped by Gambin. Vero can't get it out. There's Gambin. Took it from Arsenault. Back behind the goal. BC get to it first but can't get it out. Kept in by Cogan. He'll head to the bench. Dean Crossland slows things down, gets it up to Smith. He leaves it for Vero. Daniel Vero. Shoots it wide. Picked up by Murphy. And that's stopped. Fisher brings it in. Sanjeev Hare. Hare trying to get it to the front. It's lifted out, and the referee down the corner spotted somebody for holding. It will go against NL. Two minutes holding, power play for BC. Frank Walsh down to the penalty box. 2 for holding. Jay Dove, quarterback this power play, back at center. Doesn't shoot it. Smith into the middle, and that's intercepted. Ryan clears it ahead. Drake. He lost it. Cabral. Back to Smith. One-timer, right on goal. Went off the goaltender and then in behind the net. Got another penalty coming up once again to Newfoundland Labrador. They just give up the ball to get the 2-man advantage. The officials are going to get together, see if they have the same call on this one. They do. Ooh, that's going to be slashing. That's going to be a 4-minute penalty. Big opportunity here for BC. Timeout BC as they set up this power play. It's Ruben Beatty joining Walsh in the penalty box. Minute 17 left to go in the penalty to Walsh. 4 minutes now to Beatty, so it'll be an extended 5-on-3 for BC, down 1-0. 3:02 to go here in the first. We play 12-minute periods, as I mentioned in the Legends. Having a little trouble getting this face-off underway. Finally they do, and it comes right to BC on the clearing attempt as they knock it down, and Walsh, his first big save on this power play. Soroviak ripped wide by Smith. Maintain possession. Soroviak, Smith, over to Dove. Dove one-timer. Walsh with another save. White gets to it. White will get a chance to move it out. Pass just a little bit too far for Darrell Smith. He'll play it in and head to the bench. Soroviak. Smith. Soroviak. Smith. Dove, one-timer. Walsh again. Drops into the butterfly, makes the save. Ball goes up in the air and out. I want to thank both teams for having a Smith on their team. Giving me a little break. First penalty's over. 5-on-4 now. For another 2:35. Soroviak. Dillon. They line up along the blue line, dumped in. Getting to it first will be Binda Gill. Fisher. Back to Dillon. Here with a shot. I think that may have hit Gill. Went off his stick. The BC player. Gill has it now. Gonna try and walk out. Walsh does a good job of holding the post. Under a minute to go in the first period. Still a minute 50 to go in the power play. Hayer. In front, it's tipped. Walsh came out, cut down the angle, read that well. He gets back to his feet. Thrown in front, comes to the boards. Hayer. Gill. Down to Hayer, 25 seconds to go in the period. Shot it wide. Fisher. David Fisher. Dillon shot again, stopped in front, didn't get through, and that is cleared into the BC bench with 9.6 seconds to go. We're going to bring it all the way back. Timeout. Timeout NL. So BC still on the power play. 9.6 seconds to go in the period. They still got a minute 7 left to go in their man advantage. Then Labrador called the timeout, but they look like they're ready to go. It'll be Ryan in there to face off against Peter Cabral. Cabral's got it. A shot. One off of White. Up and out of play, so the face-off will stay there. They'll do it again. 5.5 seconds. Still time. We saw it earlier today. 2.1 seconds left. Something like that. They ended up scoring by winning the face-off. Here it's 5.5. Again, it'll be Cabral against Ryan. Ryan wins this one into the corner. White will take it in around behind the goal. Cabral pushed him down, and the referee is going to call a penalty. Oh, talk about an unnecessary penalty. Just a couple of seconds to go in the period. Cabral tried to chase down White in the corner, tripped him up. And he's going to pick up 2 minutes for tripping, and that's going to get rid of the power play. Nothing was going to happen there. Harold White was just going to take the ball into the corner and let the time run out. Unforced error. Anyway, we'll take a break as we get ready for period number 2. Newfoundland Labrador leading British Columbia 1-0 after the opening 15 minutes. We'll be right back. We start this second period 4-on-4. Newfoundland and Labrador tried to make a late change. 58 seconds left to go in the penalty to Ruben Beatty of NL. 2 minutes to go in the penalty to Cabral of BC. So right now, 4-on-4. Two players go sliding in towards the boards. Picked up by White. Doesn't get it in deep. BC bring it out. Fisher. Swatted out of the air. Arsenault. Simonson down into the corner. Murphy got there first for Newfoundland and Labrador. Player went into the boards. That's going to be another penalty to BC. Body checking. Ryan Simonson will join Peter Cabral. So it'll be a power play for Newfoundland and Labrador. 4-on-3 to start. In 21 seconds, all else being equal, it will be 5-on-3. NL wins the faceoff. We'll keep it in. This is White. Harold White winds up. Slap shot comes off the end boards, and it'll be cleared out and down the floor. Beatty's penalty is now over. 5-on-3, NL. Beatty heads to the bench. Replaced by Gambin. And NL comes up with it. Top of the circle, a shot by Drake. Didn't get through. Ryan's in front of the goal. Gambin to Drake. Back to Tobin. Back to Drake. Can't one time that. Tobin's got it. White waiting over here on the right side. Shot. Save. Kept out by Fern. Ryan comes up with the ball. Now he'll go back to the point. Ryan. For White, pass was in his feet, couldn't one time it. White down and along the goal line, had a couple of cracks at it, goes over top of the goal. Drake to Tobin. Jamie Tobin. Back to Ryan. Ryan steps into it. That's blocked. First penalty is now over. 5-on-4 for another 30 seconds. Ryan shoots it deflected up and out of play. Saying it went off the NL player. That means the face-off will be outside the blue line. That got past Smith, so he's going to go back in his own end. Time running out on this power play now. Just 10 seconds left to go. Smith. It's broken up. Down the floor, and that will do it. All the penalties off the board. We're back to some 5-on-5 hockey. And a giveaway down low. Jammed in front. Here's a chance. Oh! How did Walsh keep that out? Great opportunity, but looks like it wouldn't have. Well, who are they calling the penalty on? Okay, it is going against NL, so yeah, that would have counted. It looked like an empty net for Sanjeev here. And Walsh came out. They have stopped it with his face. Right in the, got it right in the cage. The power play. BC. That 5-on-5 didn't last long. BC win the face-off. Jay Dove. Daniel Vero. Back to Dove. Back to Vero. Vero with the big slap shot. That was blocked and cleared down the floor. It was Dion White with the block in the clear for NL. They get it in. Dove. Soroviak now here on the left side. He's going to switch and go up top. Drops it back to Dove. Dove's got some room. Shot came off the end boards, hit the back of the net. Goes through the boards. Beatty. Vero is in there. Soroviak. Back to Dove. Vero doesn't shoot it. Goes down low. Back to Vero. Under a minute to go in the power play. One-timer, again blocked. This time by White. White calmly gets it to his backhand and sends it down the floor. Newfoundland and Labrador send out 4 new penalty killers. Walsh reverses it up along the boards. Oh, the net has come just slightly askew. 32 seconds to go in the man advantage for BC. Dillon. They lost it. Here they come short-handed. Tobin with Ryan. Tobin shoots it. Lay there for just a second. BC get to it and clear it. Just a dozen seconds left to go in their power play now. Kearney Dillon. Over the other side, it's brought in by Simonson. We go back to 5-on-5 again for at least right now. Quick pass up ahead to Ryan. Ryan has to go wide. Shoots it in behind the goal, comes out the other side. Tipped over the top of the goal by Ryan. Nice pass there from Reed. Dillon lost it behind the goal. Ryan gets one hand on it, gets it out in front. The backhand by Walsh was stopped by Fern. That shot stopped by the goaltender Walsh, and he will cover it up. 6:29 to go, second period. Still just 1-0 on that strange goal by Newfoundland and Labrador in the first period. Rebound is there, it's still loose. BC come up with it, play it to the boards. That's going to be a penalty against BC, I don't know. I know what he's thinking, I'm getting 2 minutes for being bigger than the other guy. We get 2 for body checking. Dean Crossland. Soroviak behind his goal will clear it out. Wondered how long it would be 5-on-5. The answer was not very long. Tobin. White, one-timer. That did not miss by a lot. Good hard low shot by Harold White. BC get to it. Clear it the length of the floor. Tobin flips it in. He'll go in to chase himself. Getting there first is Scott Drake. Drake for NL. Back to Tobin. Up top to Ryan. Ryan's shot is deflected over the top of the goal. Gambin put it into the corner. White. That's knocked down, and lots of time here. They'll take it, clear it the length of the floor. Got 40 seconds to go in the power play. Tobin. It's chopped in. Again, Drake trying to get there first for NL. Plays it to the corner. Vero is on it. He gets pushed to the boards. Back to Dove. And out it comes. Careful player coming off the player's bench. Almost stole it. That was Mark Smith. Not much of a power play on this one for Newfoundland and Labrador. Great penalty kill by BC. And now Smith does have it. Backhand didn't miss by a whole lot. Penalty's over. Crossland's back out. You got to get that gate closed. The gate at the penalty box is open. It could be a little dangerous. Player goes down. Ball comes free. NL with it. Murphy can't get it out. Vero, the shot scores! Daniel Vero with a bullet drive beats the goaltender clean, and we are tied at 1. What a shot. Just look at this one. Chance to get it out, knocked down. Vero knocks it, or is knocked down, then over to Vero from the boards. Just beats the goaltender cleanly, and we're tied. Well, they spot the open gate. Get that closed. Thank you. It's starting to bother me. Shot in by BC. Gets past the goaltender Walsh. David Fisher. Fisher went down. Back on his feet. 4, 5, 6 players in there now. Player went down. Another player lost their stick. Neary. Kept onside by BC. Fisher. Cleared away from the front of the goal. Shot came in from Robbins. And finally cleared out down the floor. It'll be a flooring call against NL. We'll come back down to our left. We've got 2:51 to go. Second period, a 1-1 tie. Up next, New Brunswick Mooseheads taking on the Halton Leafs. Another men's Legends game. Right through the crease to the other side. On it over there is Drake. Boise rings it around the boards. Drake waiting for it. Gets rid of it. And the faceoff will come back down in the NL end. Boise into forecheck, gets it before Dove. Boise with a shot that missed, and players go diving all over the place, falling all over the top of each other. Everybody's back up for now. Shot hit the outside of the goal. There's Ryan coming off the boards. Gill runs over the NL player. 2 more players go down. 4 on the floor. 4 on the floor. Drake tried to knock it down. Dove has got it. Passed it ahead. Smith. Walsh made the save, and Walsh covers it up. Face-off win for BC. Shot did not get through to the goal. It's tipped out. Picked up by NL. Dion White. No further than the blue line. BC takes over. Smith spinning away. Gets it down deep in NL territory. Kogan to the boards. White. He lost it. And behind the goal it goes. Walsh leaves it there. Whoa! Big collision along the boards. Vero went down, got up very quickly. That looked a little scary. Whistle goes. Player went down, fell on the ball. Timeout, BC with 53.8 seconds to go in period number 2. 1-1 tie. It is a little warm. I hear it's warmer over at the Gorman, a little bigger rink here, the Beaverbrook, but you can see goaltender Johnny Walsh trying to get a little air circulating under the jersey. Fisher pushed against the boards. Fisher goes down. White comes up with it. Back to Harold White. Dion White and Harold White out there in Newfoundland and Labrador. Dillon gets it down the floor. This is Harold White. And that will be a flooring call. Ryan against Cabral again. Back at the point, Harold White. Lost it as he tried to cut towards the middle of the floor. Cabral chasing it down. Cabral pulled down the NL player, and that'll be a penalty. Oh yeah. Cabral doesn't like it, but he took one hand off the stick, and that hand went around the shoulder of the NL player. That'll get you 2. Comes with just 6.7 seconds to go in the period. It's the second penalty Cabral has taken. In the offensive end, along the boards with just a few seconds left in a period. Last time it was maybe 1 second ago, if that. White shot, that'll go over the top of the goal, out of play, 0.3 seconds left. We'll put a little bit of time left, or a little bit of time back up on the clock, I think. 0.3. Exactly 1 second. Yep. Get everybody straightened out. And that'll do it. Oh, the ball went in, waved off. Clearly more than 1 second, but that was interesting. They did get it past the goalkeeper, but not enough time to win that face-off. Play it in front. You can get a couple of pokes at it in 1 second. 2 periods done. That power play, minute 53 of it will carry into the third period for Newfoundland and Labrador. And we'll be back with the third period. Just a moment. You're watching the 2023 Men's and Women's A Masters and Legends National Ball Hockey Championships, coming to you here on AO.live at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink in St. John, New Brunswick. Well, 12 minutes up on the clock for the third period. Still a minute 53 in the power play for Newfoundland and the Labradors. It's cleared down the floor. Back to get it, Jamie Tobin. Well, didn't do much with their earlier power play opportunities. See what they can do with this one. They'll get it in. Drake back to Tobin. That's the first part accomplished. Tobin to Drake. Back to Tobin, one-timer, tipped wide. Goes to the boards. Harold White keeps it in. Here's Terry Ryan. Ryan. White back to Ryan. White. Shot wide. Comes off the end boards. Drake had a chance. Fanned on it. Ryan winds up. Hits somebody and comes all the way out towards center. It's kept onside. Good hustle by Tobin. Down low to Drake. Drake working against Fisher. Gets it back to Tobin. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. White. And Ryan back to Tobin. Drake. Turn shoots it. Went off a leg. Back to Tobin. Over to White. He'll shoot it. Again, hit somebody in front. Went straight up in the air. Came down in behind the goal. Vero has it. Vero. Whoa. One referee who was standing right there said it did not touch anybody. The referee down in the far corner says it did. They're going to get together and have a chat. Face off outside the blue line and won by BC. That it did just get in and then went high and out of play. In and out so fast it was tough to tell. Smith with a shot. Walsh comes out, cuts down the angle, makes the save. Now it'll come out. Dove. Pass was in behind Smith, and that's going to be a flooring call against BC. BC get to it. Right up along the boards. Two players went down hard in the corner. NL comes up with the ball. Played away by Fern. Soroviak got it up ahead and will allow BC to get it out. Sudu with a shot that was tipped by Gill. Went wide. Domi in the corner. Couldn't get it to the front. Harold White with it. That was knocked down by Sudu. A couple of big players hold it against the boards. BC have it. A shot high. Stopped by Walsh. Chance scores. There's a lot going on there. The referee out at center was yelling at some players to get off. I'm not sure what that was, but it ended up just being chaos in the NL end of the floor. Finally put home by Kinder Sudu. It's a shot by Soroviak. Hits the goaltender up high. And he just can't recover. Sudu is there. 2-1. BC. Hayer down in the corner, holding it there. Ball stopped that. It's still loose in the crease. Now cleared to the corner. Up along the boards. Boise couldn't get it out. Went by Fisher. Walsh out to play it. Simonson was back there. Hayer with a shot that goes up high. Walsh has got it and hangs on. Robbins. That got through, scores! You could see it had made its way all the way through all that traffic, and then the back of the net rippled, and it is 3-1. Again, importance of winning a face-off. Back to Robbins. And look at all that traffic right through the wickets of the goaltender. Now it is a 2-goal lead. Tobin twisting and turning down in the corner. Got it to Dion White. Ripped in by Smith. Ends up in behind the goal. Robbins down the floor, and this will get over the goal line. So the face-off back in the BC end. Yeah, White tried to steal that one. He gets kicked out. Tobin steps in, wins it, and that shot just a little off the mark. That one on the mark, and Fern made the save. White puts it into the corner. On it first, Gambin played it up along the boards. Beatty keeps it in. White tried to make the diagonal pass, picked off. Good read there by Davis. Soroviak taking his time. Finally, he's flushed out and swirls back in. And there we go again. To Gill. Back to Soroviak. Shot in by Simonson. Under 6 to play. And that's going to be a flooring call against NL. Last face-off was on the West Coast. We'll move this one to the East Coast. Offside. Yeah. Ryan had stepped in over the line in the first attempt to get it in. And there's been a penalty called. Scott Drake. Nope, take that back. Gerald Reed down to the penalty box. That is not going to help NL's cause. That'll be a power play BC. Smith. It's a return pass off the heel of his stick. Ryan gets to it. Ryan turns and fires it down the floor. 20 seconds gone in the power play. Smith in behind the goal for BC. Back at the point, Dove. Vero. And along the goal line. The shot by Smith was wide. Vero picks it up on the far boards. Back to Dove, to Vero. Swings it the other side. Smith. Vero couldn't one-time it. Plays it to the side of the goal. It bounces around the crease. They score. May have been Soroviak. Get it over to Vero. Plays it right to the side of the goal. Comes out behind the goaltender, and there to tap it home is Chris Soroviak. And that may have put this one away. Four to 1 now with just 4:11 left to go. Murphy lifts it down the floor. Gambin trying to get to it. He does. Came out in front, got by everybody, and it'll clear the zone. Beatty back to get it. To Tobin. Comes free, and Crossland has it. It'll come out. Back to pick it up first, though, Dion White. Calling for it is Gambin. He's got a bit of room. Gambin winds up, shoots, and a glove save made by the left-handed goaltender, Jeff Fern. Time ticking away, 3:21 rather to go in this one. It's put in wide of the goal by J.P. Morrissey. Robbins. Up to the blue line, right down below us here, and cleared in by BC. Reed back to get it. Reed around the other side, gets it to Michael Murphy. Here, along the board, spins off the board, speaks two NL players to it, and gets a good shot away. Walsh comes out to make the save. There's Walsh. Johnny Walsh. He's been busy in goal for NL. Chris Cogan. Shot it to the far boards. It's flipped. That came out. Harold White. Under 2.5 to go. Robbins will chase it down in the corner. Drake is on him. Robbins pokes it over into the far corner. Dillon. Out comes BC. Vero. Gained the blue line, dropped it off to Smith. It'll go the other side. That one just missed. Ryan. Brought it in, but the NL player over on the right, Jason Voisey, stepped in ahead of the ball being carried in over the blue line. So that's offside. Under 2 to play. Ball stays in play. Dumped in by BC. Walsh out to play it. It's given away inside the blue line. Simonson, with a minute 26 to go, throws it into the corner. On it first is Davis. He lost it. .112 to go in this one. 4-1. BC leading NL. NL has called a timeout with a minute 11 to go. Chance to drop a 3-point play. Works in basketball. Shot down the floor. This will, yes. Be another flooring call. Face-off win for NL, and they'll just get rid of it. Soroviak back to get it. Fisher shoots it in as we kind of just play this one out. Up next, final Legends game of the day. New Brunswick Mooseheads against the Calgary Mustangs. Thrown in front, backhand. Didn't get much on it. Rolls into the goaltender with 3.2 to go. I'm going to run it off. Okay, final score 4-1. BC Legends defeat the NL Legends. Again, as we always do, we'll stay for the play of the game presentations, and then we'll get ready for our next Legends game. Elio Pascusa will make the announcement. Looks like Darsh Graywall will hand out the awards. Mike Gambon, player of the game, Newfoundland and Labrador. The goaltender, Jeff Fern. So they'll get together for a photo, and we will move away. Oh, no, they broke a mug. I heard that from up here. The players get for player of the game, and somebody dropped theirs. So there's mug down. All right, they've got a replacement. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Our next game scheduled for 3:45. New Brunswick Mooseheads, Calgary Mustangs coming up next. Join us for that one in a few minutes.